this performance, like all our performances, is a relaxed performance. What that means for you is that the lighting station should stay the same as it is right now. We have been experiencing some issues with the show lights, so if they go out, don't worry, it's nothing incredibly horrible, it's just that they're going out because of the programming. There also won't be any loud noises or sudden noises. There will be some music for atmospheric purposes, but nothing that's going to blow your ears up. Also, we have a relaxed attitude towards sound and movement from our audience during performances for the benefit of those who are unable to stay still or silent for a whole hour. On that note, if you do feel like at any point you need to take a breather, through the doors you came through, there's a seated area directly to the right. You're welcome to use that at any point throughout the hour if you need to take a break, and you're obviously welcome to come back in if you do decide to do so. Other than that, I'm Naomi, I'm the stage manager for today. I will be sat right over there. If you need anything, just give me a wave or come over and I can sort you out with most things. If you need anything like a hearing loop headset right now, please come and talk to me and I'll get that set up for you straight away. Other than that, I'm going to pass over to Reese, who is our games master for today.
Good morning, my name is Reese and I am the Games Master for this hour, and the next 4 hours adventure is wanted. For those of you who don't know, this is a tabletop role-playing game, so the way it works is these wonderful individuals around me play their own unique character with their own sets of abilities. And I, as the Game Master, control everything else. I control the NPCs they meet, the monsters they fight, the islands that they find themselves upon, and sometimes even the weather. To catch you up on what's going on so far, these individuals are all crew members upon a ship known as the Spirit of the Horizon, a scientific research vessel, on a mission to investigate a recently appeared island that came up seemingly overnight. They somehow managed to awaken an old god. In doing so, in an attempt to escape, they read a tablet they didn't quite understand, and it transported them to this new and strange world with new species, and things aren't quite normal. After multiple battles and encounters and making their way across islands and making allies, our party find themselves back on the Trocken Caldora, a sort of hub of this world, and are making their way towards Queen Lunis, who only a few nights ago they saved from an assassination attempt. As our captain and commander walk into the throne room, I'm going to give our players a chance to introduce themselves. So starting from the far right, my far left, sorry. Can you introduce your name, your character's name, what's your class, and what do you do on the ship?
Sorry, I'm John. My character is called Barry. He is a rogue halfling, and he is the ship's barista.
The ship's barista.
My name's Chloe. I'm playing Relora Ellenvall, who is the ship's commander, who has 0 naval/military experience, but was promoted by this guy from being translator to commander of the ship.
Hey, I'm Chaz. I am Golan Height, a human barbarian ranger. He is the captain of the Spirit of the Horizon. Literal raging alcoholic. Awkward stepdad to the crew, and owner of a pet griffin called Chansey.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I'm playing John Oakwood, a half-elf bard, and I'm the cabin boy.
Excellent. So, you walk into this courtroom that you have found yourself in before in the grips of battle, but has now been cleaned up. The windows have been restored. The scuffs and signs of battle have been marked away. Chansey flies down and lands at your side. You do not see the other griffin that magically transformed on the ship next to him. And then you get the familiar fizz on your tongue. Your hairs stand on end as there's a golden flash. And there appearing is Barry the barista and, John Oakwood, the cabin boy.
I see the cabin boy, and just look up to them. Really? This is what we're doing now, is it?
The captain, seemingly talking to no one, looks up at the sky, a little bit bemused. What were you gentlemen doing on the ship before you were transported?
I was sleeping.
You were sleeping.
Getting some rest,
Getting some rest.
I was perfecting the espresso recipe.
Okay, so as you teleport in, you find yourself, as you hit the floor, lying horizontal, and then your bed has disappeared and you find yourself on a cold marble floor. You, cup in hand, occasionally digging through the different espresso beans to try and find the right aroma, find yourself now in the middle of this courtroom. A beautiful individual in front of you, this tall woman, pale skin with glowing eyes, a very muscular frame though. She seems like she could handle herself in an altercation, but where you've seen on these Arabi, they normally have quite human features. This one has almost elven features about her. There's something a little bit different. What does the party want to do?
I go over and I help John up first of all.
Thank you.
Reach out my hand, help him up. I don't know if I'm still trying to get the measure of the ship, so I don't know if I've probably met Barry. I've got a feeling I've met Barry.
I feel like everyone is trying to make friends with Barry.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a coffee in the morning.
Have you got one now? I really need it.
I don't think so, right? I've just got a cup.
You've got a
Beans.
cup, you've got beans, you probably have everything on you to make coffee.
Oh,
You'd
okay.
probably only need
Yeah.
hot water.
Right. So maybe put a pin in that, I guess.
Yes, we might. Neither of you will know this because you're not exactly high-ranking members of the ship, but we need to get to an area called Silver Peak. Silver Peak?
Silver Peak.
We need to get to an area called Silver Peak, and the captain and I are currently trying to figure out exactly how. We can't let them know why we're trying to get there.
As she's having this discussion, Your Majesty!
The woman who is sitting in her throne stands and walks toward you. Captain Golan, Commander. I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. This woman reaches out her hand for you to shake it. As you do, you feel a very calming presence come over you. Being in her presence is... You get this cool sense through your body and your emotions calm. It's truly peaceful. What are your names?
I'm Barry.
Barry. Barry, that's different. I like it. And you are?
John Oakwood.
John Oakwood.
Yes.
How strong.
Yes.
All right, down, boy. Let's-
How can I help you?
Well, we just wanted to check how the new trade routes are working.
Discussions are underway. There are still some tensions, but things are looking promising in discussions between the Komodo and the Kafatu.
I send a message to the captain, and I just say, "Go with me on this." So it's psychic, and no one else can hear. Your Majesty,
Yes.
I recently returned the body of Evander to one of your guards.
What?
He was found on our ship, killed by pirates, and we wanted to make sure the body was returned to his family. But shortly before he died, he told one of our crew. I'm not quite sure why. I suppose the area had some significance to him. That he wished for some personal effects of his to be returned to the Silver Peak area. And I wonder if we might have some assistance in doing so
Silver
for him.
Peak. Well, that would be my cousin's domain. I hold some power there, but not as much as her. Obviously, it's her.
Well, we thought he was your captain, so we thought it would be best to
Do I
tell you.
I don't want to screw myself up. Do I have to roll
With
deception?
all this information going on, please roll deception. With all this information going on, she's looking back and forth. She is clearly upset by this nude. Oh no.
What did you roll, Commander?
I have a +6, but that only makes 10 in total.
It's a good thing she didn't roll well then.
Okay.
You do see, this is the first time through all of this that you actually see a tear roll down her face. She's heartbroken by this news. One of her most trusted officers has been taken from her. And She's taken back for a moment. She looks back and forth, kind of stunned to the news. You met my cousin. You saved her.
Yes.
Yes.
You're more than welcome to go to the Silver Peak area. I'm sorry. I need to go talk to his family.
Your Majesty, just before you go, we have reason to believe that the pirates who killed Captain Evandir were led by Salty Jen. You have spies throughout the islands. Do you have any idea as to the location of her ship?
The last we saw, she headed in the direction you came from. So, north.
Right.
Other than that, we haven't heard anything else.
Yeah.
It means she could be in several places. You have a map.
Yes, I do. We're sorry we don't come with better news.
It's okay. How go your investigations? Have you found anything new?
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, we've just a lot of leads, a lot of just so right,
Yeah.
right, John. Thank yes,
I know this.
yes.
Make
Barry,
a
yes.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
done.
make a deception check with disadvantage because you've got your team backing you up.
With disadvantage because my team's backing me up.
With advantage, sorry.
Deception. Oh, good, because that was a crit fail,
Oh, fantastic.
and that's a second crit fail.
The chances for that happening, by the way, for all you mass fans out there, is 0.025%. Congratulations, you're an anomaly. She takes a moment and just... Is there something you're not telling me, Captain? Is there something I can help with?
I'm sorry, my mind is distracted at the moment. We recently lost one of our own,
Oh, I'm sorry, who?
our cleric, Ulmon.
The gentleman who spoke a lot about the light.
Yes.
I'm sure he'll be missed. Rolora, gentlemen, is there anything I can get you? Some tea?
Some hot water would be good.
Hot water. I can make that happen.
Sweet.
She gestures off to one of the Arabians at the side and get this gentleman some hot water, please. They rush out. We'll get back to that. Rolora.
I do whisper to Barry, if you can make something extra strong for the captain, I know he'd appreciate it.
Sure.
I want to find out if we can get some carriage or horses or some kind of help getting there to speed our journey.
Silverpeak isn't that far away, but of course, if you need horses, you're more than welcome to them.
Thank you.
You come to my island, you help me out, and then I regret all of my decisions.
I help you out.
Yeah.
I mean, saved your life.
You did. Okay, so very quickly the gentleman returns with a large basin of hot water, and underneath he has a small container that appears to be holding these magical coals that are constantly emanating heat but are not decaying.
Right.
He hands it over to you. There you go, sir. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I just need some of that coffee.
Okay.
How
Get on it.
how
please.
fragile does John Oakwood look?
How fragile does John
Yeah.
Oakwood look?
Does John Oakwood look like normally quite a hardy person, or is he?
Can you just give me a rundown of your strength and constitution scores?
Strength's 9,
He doesn't look incredibly muscular.
Constitution's 13.
I mean, he's of average build.
Okay. Relora's trying to be particularly protective of her crew at the moment.
Can I get just for you process of making the coffee,
Yeah.
roll a d20, add your dexterity score, and +3 to it, because it's your job. You could be proficient in making coffee.
Yeah. Okay. That's 9.
9. Which is the skill dex?
Dex.
So 13, and then proficiency is 3.
Yep.
So 17.
17.
Without a moment hesitation, you take out a grinder, start grinding up some beans, bring out a filter, start filtering through, making a particularly strong brew, a very nice aroma, a very rich, almost fruity essence to it. It's delightful.
I also also, to be honest, I've just seen that Barry's strength and constitution is lower than John's. So you've got kind of a cup of coffee in your hand right now. Is that one for the captain?
Yes.
I kind of hold up my hand to take the one for the captain, and I take out one of my potions of greater healing that I have on me, and I just slip it to Barry. You've already got 3, so now you've got 4.
Right.
It's not on there, sorry.
Okay.
We'll remember it should you be in mortal danger. And I just say,
Whoop.
thank you for this. I want you to know, as commander, I'll make sure you are safe while you're with us.
Thank you.
And I pass the captain the coffee.
Okay.
I also,
Chain of command, Oakwood. Chain of command.
I shoot an I psychically say to John, sorry.
A young Arabian gentleman enters the room. He comes up to you. The Queen has instructed me that you wanted horses. They're waiting for you outside.
Wonderful, thank you.
Ah, marvellous. After like 4 sips of this, I'm like, marvellous. We should probably get going.
You know the way to Silver Peak. The Silver Peak is the largest of the mountains on this island, and it is under the control of Queen Gwendolyn, who you saved whilst you Dimension Doored her out of a combat.
Alright, so this was the one with the
With all the fire?
Lord of Port Trouble was there leading the assassins.
Shards of the part of no clan, the Vosu.
That was right.
Um,
Because I ripped out her heart and burst it in my hand.
yes, you
Yeah,
did.
That was right. Yeah.
And then Chancey, your pet griffin, decided to munch on her body.
That was correct, yes.
Okay, so where is the party heading?
Well, are we at the horses
Yes, you are.
currently? Does anyone know the way to Silver Peak in our group?
You would know there is a road that leads to the wall that separates Lunes from Silver Peak.
And there's a gate there, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
There's a gate there, and then there's a thing that goes around the mountain,
Yes.
and then there's a thing they roll barrels down to get to the coast.
Yes, there is.
Right.
Yes. Well then, I say, but I'm deferring to the captain here, that we mount our horses and take that route.
Yes, I think so.
Excellent. So, you mount your horses and begin to trot along this road. As you approach, you go down slightly, and as you reach the very bottom of this part where 2 peaks meet, I can't remember the correct word from it, you see a gate in front of you. This architecture is slightly different from the stuff you've seen in Lunes. It contains a lot more nature imagery. It's all a lot of wood and dark stone. 2 guards who approach are clearly part of the Silver Peak militia. Oh, who goes there?
It's us. We have business with your queen. Do you remember us?
You're that weird captain. Yes, the one who defeated one of the barons. Oh,
Yes.
what was your name?
Golan.
Oh,
Golan.
Molan?
Golan with a G.
Right?
Heights. Thank you.
Molan, right. Of course. You are more than welcome through the gate. The queen will currently be located in her palace.
Right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the route we take, it goes through the mountains or around the mountains?
You have multiple choices. You've got the path to the left, which goes around the mountains, and you'll have a beautiful view of the forest that falls down towards the ocean.
No.
Or you've got the part on the other side, which is through the rice paddies.
Well, I think we're up for a bit of a scenic route. I think we should go around the mountains, shouldn't we? Everyone. John?
Yeah.
Thank you. Barry?
Yeah.
Good.
Excellent. You are led through the gates. Everyone make a perception check for me. So roll your
So you'll
d20
just
and add your
add your
perception
one to it.
modifier.
That's more like it. 17.
No, neither of us are good.
Excellent.
20.
20. What? That's a good roll. 17.
7.
8.
Ooh.
We were busy, talking to each other or something. We
Yeah,
were
you
looking
were
around.
discussing different coffee recipes
Yeah.
and how to best wake up in the morning and how to correctly ride a horse. You two observe the situation, and as you make your way to the right along this tree line, you look up the peak and you do see the palace. There's no direct route up to it from here. You have to make your way around and up.
Yep.
And as you come round the very edge of the mountain, along through the forest, is there anything you'd like to do?
Well, we are coming round the mountain.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
As they come.
Yeah.
As they come.
I would like to keep an eye out to see if there are any, I don't know, signs of activity. Mining, perhaps?
Okay, so as you come around the mountain, you now get a view of the rest of the Silver Peak area of this caldera, and you look out and you see a large area of rice paddies. This is clearly where a lot of the food for this caldera is produced. And then you look off to the right, towards Greenglade. You do see, both of you, see this fenced off area of wood, and you see pillars of smoke rising from it. Clearly a lot of activity is going on there. You can discern that perhaps this is the Silver Peak mining district.
Do you point this out? Because
Yes, I
I've
absolutely
not noticed
do.
anything.
Mining.
Ah, well, approach stealthily. I'm not quite sure, Captain.
Yes.
Any thoughts, John, Barry?
Approach with caution.
Approach with caution.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I liked you, Oakwood. You know,
Okay.
I've recently demoted somebody to cabin boy, which means that there's an opening in the kitchens if you want to be a cook.
I'll do anything.
Yeah. Talk about this when we get on the ship.
Okay. So, are you approaching... How are you approaching?
Carefully.
Careful.
Not on the horse, maybe.
Are you going to dismount?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd
Captain...
like to tie up the horses.
Yes,
though.
and that.
Okay. So you take the horses over to a tree in a small clearing. There's plenty of grass to graze on. You tie them off. There is a path that seems to head towards the mining district.
Stealthily down the path.
Okay, roll stealth checks, everyone.
That's only what is
18.
18.
Unnatural 20.
17.
So 20.
24.
24. Without a moment of hesitation, you duck into the tree line along the edge of this road and begin to make your way along, always keeping an eye on the road and following it along, but to all intensive purposes, no one can currently see you. You take about half an hour to make your way down this cliff edge.
Carrying Chauncey. My stealth roll. Shut up, Chauncey. I mean, I love you, but shush.
I suggested, Captain, that maybe Chancey might be able to walk by herself, because I mean, she's the size of like a
Yeah,
big dog.
it would
like a
slow you
Great
down
Dane.
considerably, considering she's the size of at least a husky by this point. Chancey's also pretty stealthy,
Oh, good.
considering the fact she has wings and can just... You make your way along this path for around half an hour before you reach the wall of this community. Standing around 15 to 20 foot high are these large, carved out wooden pillars that make up a wall. There's no way through, and every so often you do see a Sariki, a race you haven't had much interaction with recently. They're short, dwarven-like creatures, but instead of the traditional beards that dwarves have, they appear to have almost a scale-like appearance to them. They have these multicolored scales that protrude from every bit of exposed skin.
So it looks like a wall.
It is a wall.
It is a wall.
Is there a door?
There is a door that is along the road that curves down towards the ocean. Would you like to head towards the door?
Towards the door.
Give it a
Okay.
knock.
So you
Knock, Barry.
So you approach, and as you approach, you see these two Sariki deep in conversation. Their language is deep and guttural, and it appears to occasionally bubble. These races are at home in the water, but are also at home on land. They're a semi-amphibious sort of people. deep in discussion. As you approach, are you approaching stealthily or making your presence known?
Captain, do you want to keep up the ruse that we're here to return abandoned possessions? Or do we drop it?
Hear me out on this. We are somewhat infamous for foiling these assassination attempts. And that comes with a certain modicum of respect. So people may believe the Queen has appointed us as inspectors.
I flash a quick look to John and Barry just to see whether I think they would be able to convincingly pull this off.
How do John and Barry feel about trying to be inspectors?
I can do it.
You could smash it, mate. Look at that.
We seem very heavily armed for inspectors, and I'm carrying a coffee machine. Seems weird.
A little bit. So, what is the party's
You
decision?
could do it, and I could hide with my bow, and if it goes wrong, I can shoot them.
He is incredibly stealthy.
I'm
Well,
so stealthy.
excellent. Well,
Follow on behind.
probably best to follow on behind in a
Aye.
sneaky fashion.
Thank you,
Excellent
Barry.
work, Barry.
That's all right.
Okay, so you maintain your stealth, but you three head out onto the road. As you do and approach these three. Alright, who goes that?
Well, I suppose you should be asking that question. I'm sure that your superiors haven't given you proper information. That's problem number one with this whole establishment. And look at the state of this wall. It is absolutely filthy.
Make a deception check.
Here we go, first one.
Relora's already not sure about this one.
Yeah. Down at the first hurdle, guys. Here we go. Oh, not bad. Deception. 13.
I'm sorry, sir. Who are you?
Well, this is typical, isn't it? I just turn around to the other two. Well, this is just typical, isn't it? Every time we get sent somewhere, the Queen has sent us to inspect this facility.
Which queen?
Which Queen, please?
The queen of this area you know to be Queen Elowin.
Queen Elowin has sent us to inspect this facility.
Queen Elowin has sent you down to inspect the facility. Is she not happy with our shipments?
Well, she is happy at the moment, but we need to see if we can increase productivity, and that's what we're here to do.
Additionally, we were recently involved in protecting the Queen in a very significant fashion, and she wishes for all establishments to be as secure as we were able to make her.
You're the group that foiled the assassination attempts?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my. Well, I mean, I can. I'll go get my manager.
Yes. You do that.
He disappears for the moment, and the other Sariki gentleman is left with you, darting back and forth, trying to not cause any form of ruckus.
Can I just run my finger along the wall by the door and just be like, just look back at the Sariki?
Make an intimidation check?
Barry,
That is a 17.
Relora's doing this either quietly or just via a series of psychic messages. Barry, is there anything such as anti-coffee that can be made to
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
potentially calm the captain down?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so after a few moments, the guard reappears with another Sariki behind him. This individual, larger, broader, clearly another Sariki with the same scales, but where the other Sarikis only had very small beards, this one has an incredible long beard, very traditional dwarven style, but every hair appears to be wet and thick with oil. So, the Queen sends you.
Yes.
Come on in. I suppose I have some explaining to do. Come on. You head inside, and it is this small community.
Are you stealthing in with us?
Yeah, I was. Did I just
Roll a
slip
stealth
the back?
check.
Alright.
I want to go at the back so that it's captain and then John and then me.
That seems good.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh stealth. Oh that's 25.
25. Without a moment's hesitation, whilst the guards are distracted, you just slip in through the gate and follow along in the shadows. What you all see is this small community, some small wooden hovels. There are some larger buildings towards the back, towards where this community has dug into the cliff face. And you see several tunnel entrances that appear to be mine shafts. There are pillars of smoke that are rising up that appear to be forges. And there are a small community in this area of Sariki who overall do not look incredibly wealthy. Come on, me go to my office. He leads you along the main path, and there's this small hut set up by one of the larger mine entrances. He swings the door open, and there's this small, poorly put together desk and a chair. There's just about room for all of you to fit in, and he sits down and it's just like, well, I suppose I do owe you some explanations if you are with the Queen, don't I?
Yes.
We apologize for the mine being shut for the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
We know we're behind on shipments, but we have a problem that we're trying to deal with.
And what problem is that?
After the pressure the Queen has put on us to dig deeper and discover more, we have uncovered a community of creatures that have halted our progress. He pulls on his beard, and as he does, there's this thick of just water that falls out of him and falls into his lap. We're currently dealing with the problem.
Right.
The head of the miners is on top of it.
Are you sure?
I trust him.
I don't suppose you have a recent log of all of the shipments you've been getting out, so I can try and get an average to report back.
Yes, of course. I thought your office would be keeping these sort of things. Make a deception check.
16.
Picks up this large leather-bound tome and swings it open to the most recent date. You see that last 3 weeks there haven't been any shipments going out, but you do see before that there was a regular shipments of silver and emeralds and gold and rubies and diamonds. Before that we were being quite prosperous, but after uncovering these creatures, it's gone downhill.
What are you digging deeper for exactly? The Queen wanted us to find out on the job.
Well, as we've been going deeper, we've been finding more and more precious materials. And she wants more. Building up wealth, I guess. Quiet is, well, he's dealing with the problem at the moment. He's getting together a party to try and deal with the situation.
Well, I think it's only right that because we have experience in dealing with unusual creatures, that we ought to be part of this party that goes to deal with them.
Make a persuasion check.
If it doesn't work, I'm just going to cast suggestion on him. 21.
I mean, this is our community, our problem.
And
We're
commissioned by your
willing
queen.
to see. Are you sure you work for the office? Because you'd have an understanding that we are technically independent. We share land, yes, and we do technically work for her, but she is not our queen. She is the Queen of Silver Peak, and we work within Silver Peak. That is it.
Well, she wishes to. She does not wish to command you, but she knows that.
She's been
your
doing a good
cooperation
enough
in
job
this
of
would
it
be
so
greatly
far.
Appreciated, shall we say?
Go talk to Quiet. He'll be deeper in the mines a little bit. Can't miss him. Big guy. Booming voice. Boisterous. Short beard.
Okay, and as we head out, I'm going to do the Columbo thing. Oh, one more thing. You haven't been granting requests to ship out crates of black powder of any kind, have you?
Black powder?
Just
No.
checking.
Okay.
Columboed.
So we need to go find
Quiet.
Quiet. Right. Is there anyone around here?
Make a perception check.
All of us?
All of you.
Natural 20.
Perception, that is a 22 for me.
John Oakwood, you step out into this courtyard and you see several workers sitting around disgruntled because they're not able to work or earn any coin. You make a quick perception, look at the mine shaft, and as you look over, there is this individual who steps out. Tall, broad, and he speaks out in a booming voice. Alright, you lot! Who's willing to come with me? We're going to take care of this problem. You all hear this.
But you're the only one who sees where it comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a point.
Oh, you just-
He points it out.
Oh, very good, Oakwood.
Little
Very
nudge.
good.
Right. So
What was his name again?
Quiet.
Quiet.
we approach. I actually nudge John to the front just because I don't want to offend the captain, but I wasn't so sure on his tactics and his style last time. And I simply sent him a message saying, out of the box thinking, because he's praised me for that in the
So,
past, and I'm hoping he goes.
You
for
are pushed forward, John Oakwood,
I'll just give one of
towards
Very
this
gently.
individual.
I'll just keep one of these.
I volunteer. We volunteer to come with you.
Who are you?
We are investigators for this facility, and we have decided that it would be best if we joined you on your expedition.
I wasn't told about any investigators. Make a persuasion check.
Come on, John.
7.
7. Wait, what?
2 plus 5.
That's a bard. That makes no sense. But okay. So, you step forward. Listen, I don't have any time for your mamby-pamby nonsense.
Sir, we have just spoken with your manager, and the Queen is very unhappy that nothing is happening at this facility, and nothing has been for the past 3 weeks. Now, if we can assist you with dealing with your problem in the mines, we can get everything back on track.
All right, then. You can come. That means I'm leaving my workers here, and you can deal with the problem. I'll guide you.
Well, it seems we have an accord then.
Great. You are stronger than them. Okay, so he leads you into the mine. She's like, so, you aware of the problem?
There are creatures who are making it harder to dig further underground. Yes.
Yep. Been laying eggs everywhere. Horrible things. Do a lot of damage.
Are you still stealthing around, or have you kind of joined us?
I think I'm probably not. No, there doesn't seem to be any need for it. I probably just shuffled up and was like, hi.
Okay.
Okay.
Just checking if I need to
Yeah,
keep.
yeah.
Seemingly out of nowhere, once again, Barry appears next to you with his coffee machine in hand, just walking along.
It's got a magical cafetiere.
You head down this mine shaft, which is for about 100 feet. It's quite steep. Every so often there's a torch lighting the way, and you begin to reach a plateau. You look around, and as you do see these two glowing eyes and this lumbering form just moving towards you. It stands around 12 foot tall.
Oh, God.
Is made of thick, dark stone, and just pays you no heed and moves along.
Can I turn to the head of the mine? That's not the thing you're having the problem with.
No, we use them for workers.
All right.
They're good at lifting.
Oh, yes, yes, I can imagine.
They're also pretty good at defense, but, well, the thing we've been encountering has just been burning through them. More like melting.
Oh.
I mean, we could use one of these with us. Every little helps.
You sure about that? And not exactly quiet.
Ah, very true, very true. Leave them to his own devices.
I mean, it's nicest possible way, but we've only got a few left, so I want to be sparing with them until we can make more.
No, of course, we are here to increase productivity.
Thank you very much. So,
Can I send a very quick message to John, just because of him saying melting? And you can reply to this psychically as well. I just say to him, "Are you armed?" Because I know he's just a cabin boy who was
I have
sleeping.
a rapier with me and a dagger.
She's
used to make
complicated.
kebabs and cut up fish. Why not? Everyone would have a weapon on the ship after Captain Golan instructed them to. Okay, so you make your way forward and into this mine shaft and continue to head down. Can I get an investigation or survival check? Or whatever you're proficient in, or have a higher
Maybe
score.
better
in.
at
That's exactly the same.
Oh.
Do you want to roll for Chansey? Oh, that is a big fat 9.
4.
Oh, when you roll a 1, it's called a
Critical failure.
Oh.
So,
Sorry.
you were entirely distracted in this cave. You don't really understand the geography of it all. And as you make your way through, it's just very unclear to you what's going on. You have no experience in mines. This is completely out of your comfort zone. You'd much rather be back on the ship, spreading joy through making coffee.
Yeah, also, because as a halfling, like, how big is this coffee machine?
Oh, is he a halfling?
Yeah, he's a halfling, so this coffee
He has
machine is
halfling luck. He can re-roll that.
Oh, you can re-roll. Sorry.
Guys, come on! How long have we been playing this
Sorry.
game?
Oh,
What is that?
it's 14.
14.
So that's 17.
So you have this moment of confusion, but then you were like, wait a second.
As does the GM.
You have this moment of confusion, but you begin to look around, and as you make your way further and further, you see the signs of recent mining that have been abandoned. There are pickaxes and shovels just strewn about the place as you make your way further and further down. What was everyone else's scores?
10.
9.
14.
You see the same thing. You guys are unaware of how a mining facility works, and this doesn't seem out of place, but it also doesn't seem normal. Okay, so one moment. You make your way into an area, and Quiet stops you. Listen. You might, perhaps, just want a heads up. These things are particularly nasty. They're insects like spit acid. Good luck.
Wait, how many of them are there? Wait, how many of them are there? Give me a ballpark figure.
I haven't got a clue.
I said ballpark. Ballpark!
Anywhere between 10 and 100.
Oh, God.
And he takes a step back and allows you to proceed forward.
Can I have a look around to see if they...
Make a perception check for
If
me.
these things are maybe on the ceiling?
Okay, so make a perception check at disadvantage because it's dark.
Oh, God. 15.
15. That's good for you.
For you.
So you begin to make your way down to this cave, and as you do, you start to hear coming from around you.
If it clicks like a giant spider.
Sorry, I'm actually arachnophobic in real life, and even the thought.
Currently, you are unable to see any.
Chauncey has
But-
dark vision.
Chancey does have dark vision.
I have dark
I do
vision.
too.
We have dark vision.
Chancey can't see anything. Make perception checks.
5 minutes.
Thank you.
That's not bad.
15.
15.
15.
Hearing these noises, You look up. You see a row of deep crimson eyes looking down at you. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, so you're +7 to it. So that's quite a good one.
No! That's the worst time to do that! That's 4.
4.
19.
25.
Thank you for the combat music.
7.
Everyone who got beneath a 13, you take 16 points of acid damage as this creature's maw opens up and you are sprayed with acid. Those of you who got above 13, you take half that, so you will take 8 acid damage.
Take 8 off of that, so 32.
And at this point, we go into initiative order as you see more of these creatures appear from the wall out of the stone. Who has the highest dexterity score? It's probably the rogue.
Yeah, it's Barry Brewster.
Alright, so Barry, you look around and you see several of these creatures. Currently, you've made out 4 of them
Yeah.
approaching you. What do you do?
You've got those that you can use
Yeah.
to attack with.
Shoot him with the bow.
Shoot them with the bow? Roll an attack roll for me.
So it's this one, and you're +7 to it.
Lovely. 10.
10. You release the bow, and in the darkness, you can't quite judge your stroke properly, and it flies off and shatters against the stone. You miss, unfortunately.
And if you try to hide now,
15
you'll get
and
advantage the next time.
15 and
14.
14. Okay, so
Always go
out of the
last.
commander and Oakwood, who would like to go first?
Oh, if I go first, I can give you some inspiration. Oh, inspiration change. Oh, you go first then, you give them some inspiration.
I'll give Bardic inspiration.
Okay, what do you say to inspire him?
You do it.
There's a faint whisper in your ear from John Oakwood.
Alright.
You can do it, Captain. Take 1d8 inspiration die.
Thank you, Oakwood.
That was your bonus action. What would you like to do with your action?
How far away are they?
They're currently approaching from the ceiling and from the walls. They are around 15 to 20 foot away from you.
I'll throw-
4 of them as far as you can
I'll
see.
throw my dagger.
Yes, you can. Make an attack roll.
18.
That'll hit. A dagger's damage is 1d4 plus whatever is the plus.
Oh.
6.
6. Excellent. So that would bring that one down. Okay, cool. You inspire the captain, and as you do, you put your hand on his shoulder and just release a dagger into the darkness. As it hits the chink of this creature's plate-like armor, they hear as they continue to move towards you. Relora.
My bonus is to give John inspiration. Only meant to be 6 seconds, this. John, I know you're only a cabin boy, but we need you to be a fighter now. I'm sure with all your skills you'll figure out some way how. Please kill these things and kill them fast, because I don't think me and the captain will last without you. And she dramatically breaks her loop in the process.
It's made it through.
She really committed.
You did. That was excellent levels of commitment.
She does that as part of the inspiration to kind of
Oh,
be
no.
like when
Oh,
they
no.
smash
Oh, no.
over speakers.
Please tell me that she can attack with advantage as she smashes her loot over one of these things.
What
so
does
she does
you
that.
take 1d8 inspiration die?
Can that not be a
That'll
bit
be
more?
a.
Or
there-
you can roll your own
You know
D8 if
what?
you want. That's that one.
What does Relora do?
She breaks her loot and she commands a spiritual weapon in the shape of her loot. to
So you take a
replace it.
moment and cast spiritual weapon in the shape of this loot. This shining example, like really rock and roll. We're talking like Gibson Flying V loot.
Yeah, and she wants to just smash it straight into one of their faces.
Okay, make a spell attack roll. That's your charisma plus your proficiency.
Yes, I do. Oh, that's 7.
7. That
Oh, no, sorry.
that'll miss.
Okay, in that case, I think that's all I
That's
can
her
really do.
turn. Captain,
Okay, well, it's still dark, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is.
Can I hunter's mark the spider?
You can see it, so yes.
Okay, I'm going to hunter's mark the spider. That's 2
You-
points, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
You take a moment and reach out, and for the first time, this is your first experience of ever casting a spell. It's weird. Kind of uncomfortable, but you do now have a lock on one of these creatures.
In that case, I would like to hit said creature twice with my maul.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
Plus 8, come on. That
Thank you.
would be, that's 12. Does that hit or not?
That doesn't hit.
Alright, inspiration. Inspiration. Oh, yes, okay, 12 plus 6. 18.
That'll hit.
There we go.
Roll damage for me.
Okay. I can re-roll the 1. That is, oh god, sorry. I'm just doing maths in my head. That's 13 points of damage on the first hit.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Barbarians, guys.
Barbarians.
You're like
You run in with this maul and come down towards this creature's leg. You get a
Oh,
good look at
Do I
it
do
now.
Hunter's Mark damage as well?
You also do Hunter's Mark damage,
Okay,
so
let's
it's an additional 1d6, so roll that very quickly for me.
Can I re-roll? Can I use my thing to re-roll ones on Hunter's Mark?
No.
Okay, well that's 1 on the Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so you come in with your maul and bring it down on the edge of this creature's knee. You get a good look at it now, and it appears to stand more like a crab. It has these spider-like appendages with thick exterior armor, these row of glowing red eyes, and a maw of clacking claws. It also has 2 large claws at its side, with a deep crimson coral color to it. And that's actually where we're going to leave things.
I have my
off.
second attack.
All right, make your second attack very quickly, please.
7.
I don't want to get fined.
7 plus 8 is something.
7 plus 8, 15. That'll hit. Roll damage.
Super quick, super quick. That's another 1. Reroll that. So 6 plus 4. That's 10 damage plus Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
It's 14.
Excellent. And you bring it in for a second hit and you crack some of the armor at its side. This one's looking particularly rough. And that is where we're getting things off.
Yes!
Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to hand back over to our SM Naomi. I'm really sad that your Luke's broke.
I'll get a new one.
Okay, I have to do this really quick, so please don't talk over me. Right, thank you very much for coming to the Age of Secondary of Adventurers Wanted. If you'd like to see where the adventure goes, you can join us back here. We'll be here every day from now until the 28th, apart from the 24th and 25th, 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. and then 5 p.m. till 10 p.m. We're here 10 hours a day. If you can't come back, you can watch us on the stream, twitch.tv/Adventurers Wanted, or follow us on Twitter @Adventures250, where we're also live tweeting. If you do want to stay for the next hour, you are more than welcome. You just need to pop downstairs and get your tickets. Gonna very, very quickly, the shortest plug you've done in your life, please.
Okay. Cool. I'm in a sketch comedy double act. We're called Dirty White Boys. Our show is called Stupid. We've been recommended by several actual newspapers that you can buy. Our show is on at 9:20 every night at Just the Tonic at the Caves. It's pay what you want, so free entry or £5 to guarantee a seat. It's a very funny show. There are flyers on the chair on your way out.
Thank you so much, Chaz. Really, really sorry because we did overrun and we have a really fast 10-minute turnaround. So hopefully we will see you again. If not, have a lovely day. Thank you very much for coming. Just a quick round of applause for our guys, especially our secret players. So, you can go through the door.
Do I have to go down?
Thank you very much.
Do you want to go on and stay for another round?
You want to stay for another round? Yeah, you have to go down by another player.
Come on.
I have to rush. Thanks very much.
Alright, thank you.
man.
Thank you.